Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say welcome to you all, regardless of where you are in the entire world. Welcome tonight for the first and inaugural Zoom webinar for RIS token within the RSM framework. My name is Emperor. I will be giving a lot more details about my personal conviction about this project called RIS. But the reason why I'm here tonight is for one purpose and one purpose only. Everyone have a story of token in cryptocurrency. We could start from the BTC itself down to many personal experience of ICO you've had in the past. We all have a story. Either you know about it or you don't. Many story has been great, but thousands of story has been an accident. Tonight, I want to introduce to you a wonderful project. And I'll call it wonderful because you, at the end of this program, this meeting, will make that decision too. I have been there and I made that decision. RIS tonight will be launched in terms of information, protocols, and the procedures of how you become part of the ecosystem. But what is most important is why is it different from others? We are all here to enhance our financial position. We all know, as a matter of fact, if you have been in the industry for a long time, if you can somehow buy a token at the lowest price, which is what we will be discussing tonight, and in a matter of months and years, the token become absolutely successful, such as Shiba, we know about the DOT, couple of other. Solano is my best story, which I will come back later on. Why should we believe in RRS/RSM framework tonight is the reason why we are meeting up. There is something different about this particular project. I don't do a lot more outside trading for a number of reasons, personally. But why I strongly believe in RIS/RSM framework, over the next few minutes, please come quietly with me. I have the amazing gentleman. I will introduce him tonight as VF. He is the head of operation for Ristic Innovation. Tonight, you will follow through why RIS token is the next gem. Why RIS token is the next gem. Not only this would happen, you will see the story and the building framework behind it. This is not a token for fast money. It's not a token for you buy today, you sell tomorrow, and you dump it. No. You will also see the reason behind that conviction. Is this a token for the next 5 years, 10 years? Yes. Why am I so convinced? Be with me in the next 15, 30 minutes. You will see the reasons. I am going to tell you before I let off the bag. If you're planning a project for yourself in the next 2 years, this is the token, massive amounts. If you're planning a project for your parents or for your children, this is the token. Why? You will hear in the next 15, 30 minutes. If you want to recover a lot of lost funds in many other projects that you've had in the past, you want to be in this framework. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to please kindly take your time, clear your mind, and have an open mind. At the end of the presentation, you will have opportunity to ask questions and you would have opportunity to make that decision. I made that decision a few weeks ago. but I need you to have your own free will to make same decision. I am investing, I have invested, and I will continue to invest in RIS framework. Without taking too much of your time, there will be time to ask a lot more questions. But what we're here right now is let's go and do the business. What is RIS token? Why should you go in with your hard-earned money and buy at this current price called the ICO, which is basically which is basically an opening for us as we're introducing the coin into the market. What is the potential behind this token? Why is this token going to be an amazing token over the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and above for the entire ecosystem of Africa and the world? Please take a seat, grab your popcorn, grab your drink. Let's introduce one and only head of operation, Ristic Innovation, Mr. VF. Kindly log in as a co-host. We welcome you as you present to us using your slide as well as your detailed, basic introduction of RIS token. Thank you very much, Mr. VF. Thanks for coming on board.
Greetings to everyone in the house. And this is VF speaking, the head of operations at Ristic Innovations. And in brief, we'll be diving through what is Ristic Innovations, why are we building this robust ecosystem introduced as a digital innovative ecosystem, what are basic missions, what are basic goals, and how we want to make sure we build the next biggest projects in the ecosystem. So join me in the next few minutes as we dive all the way through.
So when do we usually get started around here?
We are starting right now. Are you with us? Just a few minutes.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear the presenter, that's the Ristic operation, please go to the chat line and just say 777. I want to make sure that everybody can be very clear. You can hear him clearly, because this is one of the most important first steps before you even enter into the ecosystem. The life of understanding it is the main conviction. Once you understand this, you will fly. And it's as simple as that. We have a token here that has an amazing innovation behind it. It's not a token just to pump and dump. It's a token that has a reason for its existence. And that is why I'm trying to calm myself down, because I want it to come out from the head of operation. Please, I will need to see 777 on the chat line as he's about to present the most important part of this project. Guys, I want to see 777 on the chat line, please. Do that me a favor, just go to the chat line. Thank you, guys. I want to see 777 because we are saying, are you ready to have the abundance information that you need before you make that decision? This is out of scam. This is few people on the board knows me. I don't do whatever we call scam because I don't need it. It's not a way of life. I'm not interested in it, and I will never be part of it. But even though if it's real, why should you do it? That is the question about tonight. Yes, RIS is real. Yes, RSM framework has an amazing machine that will project the price of RIS. It's not a token just to buy, wait for me, dump it, and walk away. No, you're not walking away because the token is working. Have you heard about Solana? Have you heard about Links? Have you heard about DOT? Forget about BTC. I'm talking about real token that actually has an engine, the reason for their existence. RIS is coming on board for a reason, not buy a token and sell 3 weeks after. You can if you want to, Opportunities even there, you can buy and sell before you even started. But don't miss the point, which I'll tell you the story of a man that sold a token that he bought for $1 at the rate of $5. The token today is about 126, but that's for story for another day. Guys, thank you. Mr. Operation, are you ready, sir?
Just some few minutes from now,
Okay.
we'll be ready.
Yeah, just please interject and interrupt me. I'm just so excited, but I'm keeping the information to myself because I need it to come out from you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have $20, this is the investment. If you have $100, this is the investment. If you have $500, $1,000, this is the investment. And I'm not joking. You will see the powerful machine behind the token tonight. You are going to be the first grade of people that physically sit down and actually think, why does the other token fall flat after the day they launch them on the exchange? Why is it a case of pump and dump everywhere in the market most times? The thousands of tokens that have survived that are currently on Binance, on Cooking, on Bybit, why are they surviving? What is the secret behind those tokens? Those are the questions I want you to be asking tonight. I don't have a doubt about the price of the token getting higher and higher over the next few weeks or few months. But what I'm more convinced about is what is this token? Why is it going to last 5 years? Why is this token going to last 10 years? So those are the questions we will be asking tonight. It's about what is so different about this token. What is your new ID, Mr. VF? Is it still VF?
No, a digital innovation.
So, Mr. VF, you are now a co-host. I am excited, but I'm being told not to talk too much tonight. I can see where we're going with RIS. Every one of us here can afford it. That's a fact. But is it good enough because you can afford it to buy it? No. Why must you buy? Why must you invest? That is the reason for tonight. You must get those reasons as you enter the project bonds. Guys, there are multiple ways to make money in RIS, but my point is the third area, the longevity, the durability, and the adaptability, which you call the tokenization of the token. That is the most important part. That is where you have a token for 15 cents, 30 cents, becoming $50 in few months, in few years. That's the reason behind it. Do you make money by bringing yourself on board? Do you make money by introducing your friends and family, by your community? Yes, you do. Do you make money by selling halfway through the project? Yes, you do. But why must you be involved? Ladies and gentlemen, please follow through as we introduce the holistic project manager, the head of operation, Mr. VF. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. And in brief, we'll be diving into Ristic Innovation and its ecosystem. So currently, we're having a bit issue with the presentation pitch that we have with us, and we'll be doing some basic justifications to that anytime soon. Okay. If you are with me and if you can hear me clearly, kindly give a signal. Just put 777 in the comment section. So we move all the way through with the conference tonight. And I can assure everybody that this is going to be one of the biggest information that you'll be getting access to in early stage of a project, one of the biggest opportunity. So, and in brief, this is Ristic Innovation, a digital innovative ecosystem, and our mission is to build one of the most robust digital innovative ecosystem. What do we mean by that? What is our goal with this? Why do we need to build a digital innovative ecosystem? All this among is what we will be diving into and we'll be discussing at length anytime soon. So now, Ristic Innovations is introduced as a digital innovative ecosystem, and we have a lot of frameworks within the ecosystem: the Ristic DAO, the Ristic Labs, the Ristic Tech. We have Monitor as a framework, we have Bage, we have RSM, we have IPP, and we have Shimja. We have a lot of projects in this ecosystem. What makes Ristic Innovations unique? Why are we different? What is going to be our standing point that will be pitching us high in the cryptocurrency industry, in the blockchain industry? All this together are what we are going to be talking about in brief anytime from now. So, for those that have been aware about our project, Ristic Innovation was introduced some few months back via the unofficial launch. The unofficial launch kickoff through the Discord chat application, where we discussed and we shared the vision with a lot of individuals worldwide. And on the 14th of November, we've released to everybody a brief introduction to Ristic Innovation, which everybody could have access to that from their own smartphone via the official website, which is risticinnovations.technology. And as you can see on the screen, Ristic Innovations emerged as a beacon of digital ingenuity, posed with a resolute mission to nurture the flourishing landscape of innovation and technological progress across the world. Our mission focus and rest upon regions where competitive advantages may be less pronounced, propelling us to be the catalyst of transformative change. You can go through it. It's a well-detailed introduction to Ristic Innovation. And as we continue with the presentation tonight, we'll be tapping into some of the basic explanation that has been made open to every single individual worldwide. Now, our simple mission is this. Our simple mission is to build an ecosystem where everybody across the globe can have opportunity to leverage on it to build solutions. So that is our mission. Number one is to foster interdependence innovation. We are trying to build an ecosystem. We've designed this over the past 2 years where every single individuals from less privileged regions of the world could tap into to position themselves, position their ideations, position their innovations at the forefront of digital advancements. Why are we doing this? Why are we taking a step forward? During the course of our research and development, we got to unearthing that the total number of projects, the total number of missions that has not yet been tested, mostly in the less developed regions of the world, is 1,000 more than the ideas that has been tested. This has led to a lot of a very slow advancement pace in a lot of regions, especially in the less privileged regions, and also in the third world countries. And this is where our mission is. This is where we are focusing on. Our mission is to foster innovative solutions for multiple problems, making use of blockchain technology and other contemporary technology in the process. We'll be leveraging on blockchain technology, and that is why Ristic Innovation is introduced as a digital innovative ecosystem with the driving force of blockchain technology. Why are we doing that? The basic reason why we are doing that lies in our vision, where we believe the blockchain technology is the epicenter of the 21st century innovation. It's an industry of innovation that helps to aid a lot of ideas. For the past 14 years, after the introduction of Bitcoin blockchain, there has been a lot of attention surrounding the financial aspect of the blockchain technology. But this time around, we are taking it a step forward to leverage on the blockchain technology and build one of the largest digital innovation hub, which blockchain technology has already been the epicenter, as we can see it from our own team side, of the 21st century innovations. So, moving forward from this part, we are fostering a blockchain-based solution and adoption of cryptocurrency and digital currency as a means of transaction. We'll be rushing through the missions so that we can dive into the main discussion for tonight, and we'll be touching some basic area that will be taking us back into the missions that has been listed here. We are positioning individuals in less advanced region to the forefront of digital and global advancement. And moving forward, just like the host has rather introduced, and many people are aware, our primary ecosystem currency is RIS. And RIS is introduced as the crest of blockchain innovation, the financial backbone of Ristic ecosystem. In brief, everybody will be understanding why RIS is introduced as crest of blockchain innovation, the financial backbone of the Ristic ecosystem. What is the primary blueprint behind RIS? Why is RIS the next biggest gem that you could have the opportunity to tap into, both you, your family, the people very close to you? After the introduction of Bitcoin over the last 14 years and the Bitcoin boom around the 2012 to 2015 down to our current days, a lot of people have tried to tap into the wealth of the crypto markets, especially the cryptocurrency. And this has made a lot of people have a lot of experiences from diverse of projects. Why do we believe RIS could be following the same legacy as the Bitcoin? What are the basic metrics? What are the basic frameworks that will be pitching RIS as one of the most adopted means of transaction on the blockchain technology? So, in our mission to build a global digital innovative ecosystem, we introduce RIS. And RIS will be serving as the biggest financial economy asset for Ristic ecosystem with a total projected value of $15 billion when we finally list RIS in the market, and with a projection of $50 per one RIS, we'll be having a robust $15 billion total market valuation. And this has a well-detailed allocation that will be helping us in our mission to foster digital inclusion, foster digital innovative ecosystem, foster digital innovation hub across the globe. You will get me in brief. You will get some basic thing what we are trying to say here. As we move forward a bit from here, the whole explanation will be more clear and you'll be able to understand what RIS is meant for. As we move forward, the RIS tokenomics. And from this point henceforth, I want every single individual to take their time, make sure you are concentrating on the presentation, because we are diving all the way through, explaining in details the Ristic ecosystem alongside why RIS is going to become the next biggest gem that you might have ever come across when it comes to cryptocurrency. As you can see, the total supply of RIS currency is 300 million. That is much different among a lot of projects outside there, having a billion, a trillion, a quadrillion. This is in our design, following some successful basic currency in the market using a similar metrics. And if you go through the allocations that we have here, you will see we have different allocations that is quite unique and different from the popular means of allocating cryptocurrency or tokens popular in the market today. We have the ecosystem IPP, the SIBM framework allocation, the investor shares, which is the opportunity opened for all interested investors. That is why you are here. You are trying to understand the Ristic ecosystem. You're trying to understand why risk is the next biggest gem and why you need to tap into it at this very early stage. We have the USAS framework and we have the other basic allocations. We'll be touching each of these framework, but before we move on, in our mission to build a global digital innovative hub, especially for regions in the less privileged area of our world, one basic one basic problem we are hunting during the period of research is financial support. And that is why, following all the frameworks within the Ristic ecosystem, we are building risks and we are allocating a total portion of 30.1%, which is under the ecosystem IPP, which will be serving as a financial backbone for innovations across the globe. And this is the simple vision with this. Currently, the total market cap of Bitcoin is trading at a total value of $700 billion plus. Just imagine 10% of this total value is being allocated for innovation. That is going to give us a roughly $70 billion. And channeled in a well-structured system down to different regions of the world, bringing a lot of people to the forefront of digital advancement and building our society, giving the opportunity to bring innovative solutions to life. This is our vision. And the ecosystem IPP allocation will be powering that on the long run. And what are the basic risk use cases? Risk is going to become the transaction act bit of the Ristic ecosystem and beyond. What do we mean when we say and beyond? Because the way the ecosystem has been designed, it has been designed in such a way that the ecosystem will keep expanding, it keep growing, we keep booming, just like the way the Bitcoin and all well-known currency in the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry has thrived through and beaten the test of time for the past 14 years. And the risk currency also will be expanding for the next few decades, making it become one of the most utility currency in the crypto market. It's going to become the primary currency of transaction within the Ristic ecosystem applications and framework, just like the way we have here. And what are other projected use cases? It's going to become the primary transaction currency in the Bargate framework, which is one of the innovative frameworks that we are working on in the Ristic ecosystem, powering a global decentralized and distributed philanthropic system. The risk currency is going to become a primary currency in the Farashi application, powering a global on-chain transaction in the most advanced on-chain price tracker application. Just like the way we've said, before I move on from this area, we've said we are introducing Ristic Innovation as a digital innovative ecosystem. Our team is coming with some robust innovative solution that will be powered with the blockchain technology. Also, we are coming with some basic frameworks that will be aiding us to achieve our mission of building a one-stop hub for digital innovation and digital advancement, where everybody, anybody, everyone, whosoever you are, from any part of the world, could tap into to build innovative solutions. And some of the frameworks are what we are seeing on the screen right now. We talked about Bargate, we talked about Farashi. Now, in the Farashi framework and application, we are building a decentralized e-commerce system and introducing a Farashi Pay system. How does Farashi Pay system works? The Farashi Pay system is designed just
Mr.
like the
BF,
Google.
Mr.
Yes,
BF,
sir.
I'm so sorry to interject. This is becoming amazing, and a lot of people are holding on to a lot of questions, but I would I would basically excuse deliberately to just put in a word at this time. Mr. John Davis wants to ask a question because you're about to step into one of the most important information tonight. I deliberately just
Thank you,
want
sir.
so that people can have a little bit of a breather before you go into this massive, massive reason for RIS and RSM framework. Mr. John Davis, please unmute yourself and ask your question at this time. We might answer them. We might leave it to the end of the presentation by the operation. Please unmute yourself to ask the question while people are taking their coffee, their tea, and obviously their drinks. Mr. John Davis, please unmute yourself and ask your question. You're still muted.
I think we need to give him the opportunity to unmute himself.
Yes, no, it's a freelance one. I didn't hold it down. So unmute yourself.
Mr. John David, okay. I've given you the opportunity to unmute.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Which country are you calling from?
My name is John Davis and I'm calling from Jamaica.
Thank you, you're welcome. What's your question? We are right in the middle of the presentation. We deliberately want to give you the opportunity to ask your question. What is your question?
Okay, my question is,
Okay, not sure. If that was accidental, I will give you another opportunity, but if it's deliberate, I'm going to remove you. Unmute yourself and ask your question. There was a noise at your background. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
okay, yes, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
My son was making a few noises.
Okay, go ahead.
But, okay, so my question is, like, hypothetically, what would happen if
I think we need to move on with the question, and
Okay.
during the period with the presentation, during the period for question and answer,
No, that's
he will be
fine.
joining us. Yeah.
That's fine, Mr. VF. Just to summarize before Mr. VF moves to the next level, because this next level is the most important. What he has said so far, ladies and gentlemen, is that RIS is here just the way you have so much respect for the BTC, the respect what you have for the ETH, the respect you have for SRB, LTC, and Cardano, and others. Why? Because in terms of the innovation that they have, the reason why it's still existing till tomorrow, we are now competing with that innovation. That is the end goal is about to start. Why is RIS going to be different? Why is it going to be sustaining for the next many, many years? Guys, this is not about buying at 15 cents, 30 cents, and selling at $1. Forget about that. Is not the deal anymore. Look at what we have on the screen. How much was BTC when it was launched? How much was Ethereum when it was launched? How much was SRP today? How much is LTC this afternoon? Check your Binance. Check your exchange. What are the prices today? What were they doing? Why is it so different? What they're doing is exactly even substandard to some of the things that are about to come out from VF in the next few minutes. You have to make notes because you have to be not only a pioneer, but an ambassador for RIS. You need to know why you're coming in. You're going to make money is not the issue, but what is the engine behind RIS is what you need to become to make you an ambassador. That is why look at what LTC are doing. Improve transaction times and Asian algorithm from BTC. That is all LTC is doing. That is why LTC is here forever. That is all LTC is doing, ladies and gentlemen. What is SRP that you're doing with your Binance future? You're doing with your spot trading. You're holding it at a low price. You're selling it at a higher price, mainly because it's a digital payment protocol. It's faster, and that's what they're using in many financial institutions. This is what we're talking about. This is what RIS is doing. RIS is not a child's play. We are not here to buy for $50, 50 cents and sell for $1 and run away. That is not why we are here tonight. It is important that you take this on board. It is important that you become an ambassador. This is the point about tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. VF, I'm sorry. I'm too excited not to hold this back. We will allow you to continue with the most important part of the presentation. Please move in with your share. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, just like Mr. Emperor has explained to us about the innovations of basic projects that are in the cryptocurrency industry, and from the introduction of these basic currencies, there has been a lot of introduction of other basic tokens around in the industry without a sole mission and a sole innovation of why they are here. And that's why we see a lot of this project has failed over the period of time. And this is a different ball game entirely when it comes to risk currency. And just like the way we are saying, we are talking about Farashi Pay system, which is going to be the next biggest payment system, especially when we are talking about regions from Africa and some less developed regions of the world, tapping them into the global advancement of financial transaction. And that's why you can see bridging traditional and on-chain payment system. And the primary currency that will be mainly used for transaction within the Farashi application is going to be the risk currency. So also we have some other primary frameworks within the ecosystem. Now, just like the way Mr. Emperor has rather said earlier, what is the biggest deal of risk currency? When someone asks you, when someone tell you, why are you going all the way into risk currency? What is the future you could visualize in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years for risk currency? It is just on a line, the primary digital currency for all approved innovative application and frameworks on the IPP framework. IPP framework is our biggest framework that will be introduced as soon as the risk currency hits the market. That is why we started with introduction to Ristic Innovations and our mission to foster interdependence innovation, giving a lot of individuals from different parts of the world that has been cut off from the forefront of digital advancement across the globe the opportunity to tap into a robust digital innovative ecosystem. And that's why together, as you are becoming one of the order of risk in the early stage, we will be building this ecosystem together to bring a lot of our people on board. Our system has been designed in such a way we'll be having the opportunity to bring many of our people into the system. And that is why risk currency will be becoming the biggest day in the next few years. What do we mean by approved innovative application and framework, IPP framework? The approved innovative application and frameworks are ideations, raw ideations that are being proposed on the Ristic platform, which is primarily on the IPP platform. You go through it, you garner a lot of support. When people see the invention and the solution this is proposing, it gets approved on the blockchain. Once it gets approved on chain proposal, it gets built. If there's a need for financial support, that is why we are having an allocation for ecosystem IPP, which is going to be locked for 33 years and unlock 3% annually to power a lot of innovative solutions that will be proposed on the IPP framework. Now imagine, this is it. In the next 2 to 3 years, after the release of the IPP framework, we approved and built 10,000 innovative solutions. Then the risk currency becomes the primary transactional currency in all the 10,000 innovative solutions. You could agree with me that there are a lot of challenges going on around our world today. And we are building an ecosystem, streamlining and joining a lot of people to take their time to look for the best alternative, the best solution. And we'll be making use of the blockchain technology as the underlying framework for this innovative solution. And because the blockchain technology is not compatible with the internet technology when it comes to transaction, just like the way the fiat currency is not compatible with the internet banking system, when we have the introduction of internet, we have what is called internet banking system, which is different from the fiat currency. Then we are in the era of blockchain technology. There are a lot of applications that are making use of blockchain technology as the underlying framework, just like a lot of applications making use of internet technology as the underlying framework. And this has led a lot of people to make use of internet banking system, both your mobile transfer, your ATM card, when you want to make transactions on the applications that are making use of internet technology as the underlying framework. In similar way, applications and frameworks that will be making use of blockchain technology as the underlying framework will be making use of a compatible means of transaction, which is either the cryptocurrency or the digital currency. When you go through the introduction to Ristic Innovations on the primary page, risticinnovations.technology, you will be getting a full insight into what our mission is here and a better understanding of what we just discussed right now. So just get it like this. We are building a framework called IPP, where a lot of innovative solutions will be proposed and approved. And as they are being approved, they will be making use of risk currency as the primary transaction currency in the application of framework. If we get 10,000 application approved, that means 10,000 application and framework is making use of risk currency. 20,000 in similar way, and as the ecosystem expand, making the adoptability of risk currency an easy one, both on the short term and on the long run. Now, we've started our mission a step at a time. And this is why we introduce the app waitlist event. Before I quickly dive in through here, which will be this, we are moving towards the end part of the presentation tonight. A lot of people will ask, why app waitlist event? And why are we not rolling all the way through to release the application? Just like the way we've answered a lot of people before this first ecosystem conference, we said we are building a digital innovative ecosystem. And because of this reason, we are integrating some innovative frameworks that will be aiding us. Example is the IPP we mentioned just here. We have Monitor, which is a subversion of the IPP, and some other powerful frameworks that will be coming alongside with the application, because the application is not designed to be for distribution of currency. It is designed to be the one-stop hub for digital advancement as a digital innovative ecosystem where all our frameworks will be integrated. So when you have the Ristic application with you, you are having a place you can stop when it comes to innovations, ideations, whether you have some basic ideas that you want to expand, the Monitor framework is there for you. And in our consecutive conferences, we'll be discussing more about these frameworks. And this is one basic reason we roll out the app waitlist event, which will be powering the distribution of the risk currency. And as you can see on the screen, you can see a familiarized interface, which is the dashboard for every single individual that has registered in the app waitlist event. You see there, we have some basic balances. Think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, before we touch most of these balances, let's talk about a balance here, which is the bargate key. If you could recall, we have Bagay as one of our very powerful framework that will be coming, and risk currency will be the primary transaction currency in there. Every single individual that joins the app waitlist event or joins the Ristic ecosystem will be having the Bagay key, because in the Bagay philanthropic pool, every single individual could have access to it. But before you can unlock the reward therein or access the pool, you'll be needing a key, a digital key. And that's why we are distributing the key to every single ecosystem members that joins the Ristic Innovation journey, so that you make use of this key when you need to access the Bagay key. It's a very big framework which we won't be diving through, because I believe everybody here wants to understand in full what risk is, how they can participate in getting risk at the early stage, and what are some other basic reward system that has been integrated when we need to build the ecosystem or we need to build the network of investors. So that being said, let's dive into the risk distribution model. That is the USAS framework. The USAS framework, as we can all recall from the allocation, we have an allocation of 96.9 million risks, which is the biggest allocation in the ecosystem, 32.3%, which is designed in our mission to reward every single individual that joins the Ristic ecosystem. And you can see it's a well thought out framework that is designed to replace the existing modern mobile mining distribution system. Like a lot of people these days are familiar with, oh, I get my smartphone and I get to mine some mobile coins. Just like the way we've discussed, we've said there's a lot more of disadvantages compared to the advantages. And for the long-term vision of our ecosystem, we have to come with a unique distribution model, which still has to do with rewarding every ecosystem members. And that is why we are making use of the USAS framework for distribution, a default distribution system to all ecosystem members. How does the USAS framework works? A default distribution of one risk to all ecosystem members. When you join, that is why you see join app waitlist or join Ristic ecosystem and one risk. This is in our mission to bring on board a lot of individuals, especially from less privileged regions, to bring them on board into the ecosystem in our journey to build one of the most robust digital innovative ecosystem. And this reward is designed to have at intervals as we move on, whether before the release of the application or after the release of the application, a default reward system is going to have, because the users framework is designed to be distributed, the total allocation is designed to be distributed to more than 100 million individuals, making risk currency to go into circulation in a very scarce way, which is another reason why every single individual needs to hold risk at the very early stage, because every single framework within the ecosystem is designed to make risk goes into circulation in a very scarce way. So another system we've introduced there is a one reward system, one risk reward system to existing ecosystem members for inviting others to the Ristic ecosystem via their username. Just like what we have here, we have the app waitlist any, which is the default one risk, and we have the waitlist ref any, which is the invite any's, which is we have 29 risks in this account now. That means this person has successfully invited 29 individuals to the app waitlist event, or let me say to the Ristic ecosystem. So that is what we are discussing and we are analyzing here. And this reward also is designed to have as time goes on. All these rewards, all this currency is coming out of the USAS framework. And also we have a daily point claim convertible to risk currency at a unified rate at interval, which is also the claim balance that we have here. You can claim some points daily and you convert it when it reaches a threshold, also giving you the opportunity. All what we are trying to do here is giving every single individual the opportunity to tap into risk currency, old risk currency in a reward system, a free reward system. Now, moving forward, one of the reasons why you are here, the risk investor share. If you go through the allocations that we have here, we have the investor share, which is a total of 12.7%, 38.1 million risks. Every single thing that we'll be discussing now is designed to get risk into circulation before hitting the market heavily. Remember, we are not just launching risk, we are launching risk as the primary currency for the Ristic ecosystem in our mission to build one of the most robust digital innovative hub and a one-stop hub for digital advancement. So now, this is the path for investors and some integrated reward system. We have two basic framework under the investors share, which we can see here, the IS framework and the RSM framework. The IS is a direct investor share framework, which will be the primary framework of distributing the ecosystem currency for interested investors who doesn't want to go through the headache of just inviting people who wants to get the risk currency, just like the way people got access to Bitcoin in the early stage. Just like the way we said, the risk is going to become the next biggest currency in the crypto market. So a total pool of 30 million is put inside this framework. And currently, as you can see here, the framework is in the private pre-seed stage. So to be sold to investors before listing in the market in pre-seed, seed, post-seed, and ICO. Now, what are the differences of these four stages? The differences here is the prices at which risk is being sold to investors in each of these stages differs. Currently now, if you check the account, which we are going to check together, the dashboard, the one risk is equivalent to 20 cents, 20 USDT at the current stage of the pre-seed. That means by the time we get to roll into the seed sale or seed distribution of risk to interested investors, one risk might be like 45 cents or 50 cents because it's in our journey towards getting closer to the market. As the ecosystem expands, as we move closer to migrate risk to the mainnet, the price keep increasing. And when we hit the market heavily, with the support of everybody, as we spread the ecosystem far and wide, we will be achieving some unlimited possibilities. So now, and there's a reward system of 4% of whatever an investor buys to his direct inviter. Just like the way we reward everybody with one risk when you invite anybody to the ecosystem, this has to do with monetary fund where everybody will be able to get access to risk currency at a certain stage. So let's check the dashboard and let's see what basic parts we are trying to talk about. Now, we are talking about the private pre-seed part, which we can all see here. This balance is having zero. It's just a one random account that we have to log into. And in this part, if you want to participate in the private pre-seed, you get to click on the buy button. And there you have the opportunity to initiate discussion with the team, or you participate directly. When you click on participate directly, which is the fastest means of getting risk to you, then you have opportunity to copy your personal wallet. Every single individual has their own personal wallet, which they can use to participate in getting risk at the very early stage. And one risk is at 20 cents currently. You copy your wallet and you transfer some fund in there. For example, you want to get like 250 risks, but you don't know the current equivalent value. You could easily type in 250 here, and it gives you a total USDT value of $50. That means you need to send in $50 in here, then scroll down and click on buy risk. Instantly, within some few seconds, your private pre-seed balance will be credited. Now, there's a catch for individual who participate here. Are you just going to buy it and keep watching the system till we get to the market? No. That is why we say there's integrated reward system. In here, you see the next taking reward. We integrated a reward system of 2%, a staking reward system of 2% weekly, which you can see from the design, this part, this account that has a risk in the private precede balance, counting down towards the next 7 days. So after the next 7 days, you get 2% of whatever coin you are holding in your private precede balance, which is a reward system for investors that are participating in the early stage. Is two-way thing. You are getting access to hold the risk at the very early stage in a very low price, and also getting the opportunity, a flexible staking return, a total of 2% staking reward, auto implemented weekly on a total of risk bought. Now, there's another catch here. Because of a lot of activities that has going on in the industry, a lot of bad actors has weakened the trust of people. But our mission goes beyond building risk. The digital innovative mission is going to drive the price of risk, and altogether they will be working side by side because risk is going to become the financial backbone. Now you have the opportunity to sell in the market. You can sell back to the team if it felt like the system is getting delayed in the process. I felt like, oh, I need to sell back my coin. I need to sell back to and get my funds back. But we can assure you that when you get the coin and you get to understand the ecosystem, you will accumulate more risk because the journey is a big journey ahead of us. So that's everything that has to do with the private precede for interested investors, for those you want to invite, for those that are listening to the conference. Also now we have a withdrawable balance, which is an integrated reward system for the IS framework, or let's say the precede framework currently, just like the way we can see there. This balance is merely for the inviter, just like the way we give one risk to them when they invite you to the system. When you invite anyone, also they get like 4% reward. Let's say you bought like $50 worth of risk. Yes, just like the way we calculate the other time. So $50 will be giving us 10% is $5. That means we're going to be having like, when you calculate the 4% of $50, we'll be having $2. A $2 will be credited to the inviter's account, which you can withdraw at will. We are working to perfect the private precede part to automate every single part currently. And in the next few hours, all these parts will be functioning in an automated way. That is about the private precede balance and one of the framework that is designed to foster the early stage distribution of risk to interested investors. So all the way in to the RSM framework. As you can see, you see a very big chart in front of us. It's a nice chart, and it has a well integrated reward system that's also going to be aiding the distribution of risk to interested investors. So in the chart now, you see how everybody is being connected together, which is still one of the design of the blockchain technology. Blockchain is interchain, connecting everybody together on the ecosystem. Now, in our mission to connect all investors together, now we are building this RSM framework to connect investors together. You communicate with investors, you tell them this is risk, this is the potential risk is going to have in the market, the next big gem in the crypto market, and following a similar legacy like the Bitcoin and some other basic currencies in the market. You talk to them, you speak with them in our mission to build a robust ecosystem. Then they get connected to you. So as a connected investor, that is why we are introducing RSM framework as a connected investor. And that's why you see everybody being connected together. And the way we design the RSM framework, we design it in such a way that all investors will be connected to you down to the 5th generation, as you can see here. Just like the way the blockchain gets connected on a macro tree on a very long way, doesn't get disconnected, but we'll be disconnecting this once it gets to the 5th generation of invited investors to the system. So the RSM framework, how does it work? What is the juicy offer here? Why are we talking about it being the opportunity for you to earn some basic reward in a way to foster a connection to an interested investors? You see, we have a total pool of 8.1 million REITs, which is just a little portion of REITs from the total allocation. We have 30 million in the RS framework, the private pre-seed, seed, post-seed, and ICO, which is the main framework for distributing risk currency to the interested investor. But now, in a connected investor system, we are pulling 8.1 million risks. That means that inside the RSM framework is still the sale of risk that is going on there. But now, an integrated reward system down to 5th connected investor. In your chain of distribution, your chain of generation, we reward you. Just like the way we reward you risk for inviting people, this one now is now going outside our ecosystem currency. Instead of risk now, we are rewarding you a token that's already trading in the market, which is USDT, as you can see here, RSM USDT, which is withdrawable to you so that we can help to foster the ecosystem. And quickly, let's look at the way the system is being designed. It's designed in different way. When you want to get full understanding of the Ristic Smart Money Framework, you click on the RSM PDF, and it will be giving you a full detail about the RSM framework. So RSM account, once you click on the RSM account, everybody have the RSM account. And just like the way we said, the RSM risk is going to be in your account. That means you are buying a coin, and your package is like the lowest package now. So the RSM framework is coming in a package system, which is loaded with risk currency. And you can see it here that this N is now invited RSM investor, just like the way we said, connected investor, just like the blockchain ideations that we have. We know blockchain gets connected together in that way, but now we'll be disconnecting the chain of investor when it gets to the 5th generation. So you have the opportunity to get the reward down to the 5th generation. So you see there, if you can see this balance very well now, you see direct invites. There's no investor that has come in a direct invite to the RSM framework here. You see the 2nd gen, you see the 3rd gen, and there's a balance here. That means there's someone that has come in a 3rd connected investment system and has participated in the Ristic Smart Money. And that's why you can see a reward here in USDT, which is the total balance that this person is having. If you click on the withdraw button, you see there, you can input it. Like for example, if I input my 0.4 now, I click withdraw, you see an error that you have a limit of what you can withdraw. So instantly, we have some proofs also, some people that has earned some reward in this system. So to activate your account, you have some 6 basic packages that we have. We have the RSM Alpha, which you're going to have your personal wallet, just like the private pre-seed is the same wallet. Every single individual have that. And once you deposit in here, you click on the verified deposit. And when you click on that, it's going to give you a response from the system. So let's wait. Yeah, you see now this account does not have a USDT deposited. It has communicated with the blockchain, and it's not sufficient to activate the RSM account. If this account has that, it will be crediting this account 66.67 risk, which is what has happened here already. So that means the account has been activated already. If we check here also, this is a reward system, the same similar way, but different amount. In the RSM framework now, you're having risk at 30 cents, which is different from the pre-seed now. The pre-seed part is 20 cents. Yes, 30 cents. The difference is the reward system that is integrated within the RRS framework. I think that's about it here, and some questions might be giving us some beautiful explanation as we move towards the end of the discussion. So you can see here the reward chart system of your connected investor down to 5th generation. If you are on the RSM Alpha package, which is buying a risk worth of 20 USDT in the RSM framework, you'll be getting a reward from your connected investor down to 5th gen. You get 8% of whatever packages they do. Whether they do 930 package, that means you'll be getting 8% of 930. If it is 547, such way that. So 8% of whatever amount or what they paid to the system, whatever package, in such way also, if you are getting a coin worth $52 inside the RSM framework, you have the opportunity to earn in this form of metrics on your invited investor or network of investors that are connected to you inside the Ristic ecosystem in such way. So we'll be releasing this. Also, you'll be able to go through it and understand some basic thing. So quickly to our roadmap. We have the roadmap and timeline, just like the way I've said in the at the beginning of the meeting. We have the unofficial launch. We have the app waitlist event. Unofficial launch has come and go. We have app waitlist event, which is the current stage where we are, and the launch of RSM framework, which is an integrated reward system framework for people interested in building a network of investors within the Ristic ecosystem. So that's the stage where we are. We are working to automate every single part of the Ristic ecosystem, the app waitlist event rather, so that it works perfectly with the support of the blockchain. Then we focus on the release of the main application, like I've said earlier, coming with diverse system, diverse framework. Then we kick off heavily for global push. You see, I paused the year. Do you know why? Because at this very stage, we've done a lot of assignments. Yes, when I say assignment, we've done a lot of assignments. And the system is now well known to people on a global scale, at least at a certain stage, which is a big opportunity for everyone listening, people in your surroundings now, to get access to old risk, either buying more through the IS framework, which is the precede current stage now. You hold it, you buy it at a very low value now, or through the RSM framework, which you still have opportunity for a network and opportunity for every single individual. So that is just about that part. And we will be moving towards the launch of SIBM framework. We are getting towards the end, so I think that's just the last few pages. So kindly be patient. We are not diving much again. Question might be taking us to talk about one or two things, but we are going to make sure it's very brief so that we could release every single individual in the conference tonight. So we just want to have a very better understanding of the Ristic ecosystem. Launch of SIBM framework. If you are following up from the total allocation that we have here, the tokenomics of the ecosystem, you will see SIBM framework, 30 million. That's why I said we will not talk about it when we are on this section, that there are some basic parts that will be bringing us back to this area. Now, what is SIBM? Let's quickly go back to where we are so that we won't take much of our time to round up with the conference. So SIBM is an acronym for Special Inclusivity for Blockchain Mission, which is a well-designed part in the project in our mission to work hands in hands with some basic governments of some less developed regions of the world, so that we can have a strong partnership with many governments of the world in our mission to build a robust digital innovative ecosystem. And the total allocation that you see there, 30 million, will be going into the hand of a roughly 6 million individuals from all these different countries. We are already working on some countries, but we won't be discussing that currently until we see a lot of other things in the framework. So because our mission exceeds building of risk is our primary currency, facilitating a lot of transactions, while we are on the mission to build an interconnected ecosystem where people from different parts of the world could leverage together, meet with like minds of innovators to build some innovative solutions to most of the challenges we are facing across the world. So you will see the timeline. We have a vast onboarding of ecosystem members via USAS IS and RSM framework, which is the main goal of tonight's meeting. The release of application, we are looking towards the mid-January 2024. That means we are very close, and everybody needs to get set alongside with the journey. We have the launch of SIBM framework. We are looking with a projection of late February or early March 2024, and a prepared plan to migrate risk currency to mainnet. This one basic reason why risk will not be taking much time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years before getting to the market, is because risk currency is not the sole project we want to come and sit down with here. Risk currency is meant to be the financial heartbeat of the ecosystem transaction. So we need to roll out a lot of framework, IPP, monitor, and etc. So this is the reason why risk will be going to the market in less than 6 months, 7 months at max, and depending on the pace at which we all work together, bringing a lot of investors into the system and inviting a lot of individuals into the ecosystem to benefit from the default reward system. So risk currency hits the market with the projection from June 2024 upward, giving us an opportunity to amass a lot of wealth. So I've mentioned most of these projects, but we might not be understanding that our other ecosystem application and framework, which is one of the biggest reasons why risk currency will be becoming one of the biggest gem in the market and adopted currency for transaction. We have the IPP bargain monitor, risk currency, Ristic app. We are familiar. That's our next line of release. And FITI is a Future Innovative Technology Institute, which is an on-chain institute for also bringing like minds together, and is a well thought out framework that will be aiding digital innovation and advancement. So join us at Ristic Innovation in our quest to build the largest digital innovative ecosystem. You'll be enjoying a lot of reward in the process. That's why we have reward in risk currency and reward in a currency out of our ecosystem. It's still a reward system, but now in USDT, which because it's trading already in the market, you could withdraw it. You could be able to get it to yourself as soon as possible, instantaneously, and you still continue with us in our journey to make risk one of the biggest currency when you finally decide, and we already build the ecosystem to hit the market. So this is Ristic Innovation, a digital innovative ecosystem. And for more details, you can explore our web pages, the app waitlist event, which is the primary website for the application on the waitlist event. You can also go through the risticinnovation.technology, where you see introduction to Ristic Innovation, some basic concept about our project, and some of our divisions, which will be directing you to some of our other basic web pages. And if you want to go through some of our projects that we have already on the pipeline that is listed here, you just want to go through it through a web page, you can see it at risticlab.com/project. Also, the RSM framework, we'll be releasing a full details about it for those that are interested in network of investors. That's why we integrated there, because we have some of our individuals that want to speak with interested investors, and we integrated a reward system in a connected way, just like the way the blockchain is connected together. So our community, Ristic ecosystem, Ristic lab, and if you want to join our Discord, the Discord server also is there, where we drop some basic information time to time. So that's some basic thing about the Ristic ecosystem. There might be a lot of other questions, and we will love to attend to them. Just make sure your question is brief and you are not asking question to eat on the system. You are asking question for basic clarification, and we'll be doing that for you. We will be clarifying a lot of things for you. So thank you so much for listening all the way through to this stage. And once again, I'm VF, and a lot of people might ask, what is VF? VF simply stands for Visualizing the Future, because it's a mission that we have been on for the past 2 years in the research and development stage to build an ecosystem where everybody, a lot of people, can tap into. Because if we continue like this, especially in the less developed regions of the world, in the next 5 years, that is where the visualizing comes from. 10 years, what is going to happen to us? Where is going to be our position in the global advancement? But we so much believe every facet of our world is a product of ideation. Every single invention is a product of ideation. Then join us together in our mission to build one of the robust ecosystem where we can test all single ideas and test all single innovations, and together, collectively, with the help of risk currency being the financial backbone of the Ristic ecosystem, we'll be amassing a lot of wealth. Imagine, risk currency is being sold at 20 cents at Precede or 30 cents at RSM framework. You get a good number of risks, and with our projection of $50 when we hit the market, like the trading price, with the metrics we are following, with the low supply and a lot of other technical support in the whole process, we are looking at a projected value of $50 per one risk, which a lot of coin has been able to trade beyond that price. And that will be giving us a total valuation of $15 billion to foster a lot of invention. Now, imagine if you are holding 1,000 risks, 10,000 risks at this early stage, and we finally hit this price in the market, which is a one sure price that we are definitely going to aim for when we penetrate and list risk currency into the market. Thank you so much, and do have a great day. So questions and answers. So Mr. Impro, thank you for having me on board tonight. And I believe we'll be able to go through some basic part of the project. And with that, I'll be stopping the share of my screen for questions and answer. And from there, we move the motion to bring the conference to
on it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. VF, the man of RIS. Thank you for that wonderful. Guys, I need you to go on the chat line and just show us the emoji, fire, 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 an amazing comment. Just show us what you feel about that presentation before we start the question and answers. I need to see the fire on the chat line to show how powerful you rate that presentation. I'm looking at the chat line, guy. You need to click on it. If not, we're stuck here. We day here. So, guys, I need to see the fire on the chat line. Give us the fire sign, because that was an amazing presentation by holistic man of the operation. I need to see more fire. I can't see it. Put 777 down. Put a fire down on the chat line. Something has to happen on the chat line to show your appreciation for that wonderful presentation. I'm still looking, guys. Come on, guys. Triple C, Farouk Danji, Hayden Victos, Obasi Chukunde, Cheche, Forex Logo, Piers Adera. Oh, I'm sorry, Piers. I need you to put fire on that chat line. In Verenita, come on, Hadeni Ron Fagbolu, Bloat Nika. I caught you earlier with your statement. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fire, fire, fire. Thank you very much for that presentation. That was an amazing, powerful one. If there is anyone who understands clearly what is behind real and unreal, if you understand token, cryptocurrency, tokenization process, you will see the material facts tonight why this is not chop and go token. If you're looking for a token that you buy today at 20 cents, and by the time we start in a few weeks' time, it's become $1, and you just rush and roll, this is not a token for you, but this token has life, it has heart, it has soul, and it has body. So it's a whole living being that is there to live for a long time until old age. Maybe in 90 years' time or 100 years' time, things change. Guys, I welcome you now to the beginning of the question and answer, but there is something I needed to just summarize for all. We have a commitment to security and compliance on RIS. Every single security and compliance issue from now to the mainnet to the exchange are being followed up. VF has not introduced himself, but I will just give you a little secret. He is a man that has been in the industry for many years. He has been involved in many of these projects that has been successful. There are real-time examples if you push him to give you. So you are not dealing with some sort of over-the-counter personnel here. You're dealing with a professional who has gone in depth to do its research, to do its competency, and present to us a project which obviously have a number of people involved, in Dubai, United Kingdom, Nigeria, India, and Ghana. So there is a powerful project in our hand. That's the first thing I need you to hold. We are not here to talk about chop and go. We're not here to talk about what's it called, scam, or in fact, that we're too big for all that sort of little boys game. Now, the second point I need us to be aware of about this project in summary is the attractive investment opportunity. He has gone through the basic scale of I buy, I hold, I sell. Also, I introduce, I make money. And also, I allow the framework to work that would multiply a 20 cents into a $20, a $20 into a $40 in a very short time. There is a strong roadmap with a clear goal. Strong roadmap means that where is the beginning of this token? Where are we going? Do we have a date for each of this progress? Are we meeting those scope? Are we meeting those period? Are we meeting those targets? You can put this token to a test every time we meet up. And finally, it is an innovative technology and utility token. This token not only is about tokenization of it with its framework, but it has an adaptability and adoption reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to open the floor now for you to ask all your questions as our ambassador. I'm waiting for guys to raise your hands up. If not, you can obviously open your microphone and ask your question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you all. Q&A session, guys. Question and answer before we start investments. Okay. Guys, you have your question. Please raise your hands up and ask your question. This is the Q&A section now. The floor is yours. It's time to bring up and ask any decisive, any unclear. I know he's a very good presenter, but there must be some one or two things that you want to clarify. Thank you, internal control. Yeah. Okay, Mike Hoslong. Okay. Questions and answer. Time is yours now. Mr. Fagbohun, Fagbolagun, if you have your questions, please bring it on. Awesome God, if you have your question, this is the time. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay. We have some basic questions that are with me here. That was asked in the early hours of today, prior to the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, before that,
And
Mr. VF, before that, I've got Joyce Kalunta. Joyce Kalunta, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Joyce Kalunta, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm so sorry I joined this meeting late, but the question I just want to ask is, did this Zoom meeting continue like on daily basis or weekly, sir? Hello, sir. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, VF.
Yeah. What I'm asking, are we going to be having this meeting every week or every day?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Joyce Kalunta. Yes, RIS is here forever. So there are meetings set aside 3 times a week, every week. Yeah. You will
Okay.
see, we also have our WhatsApp group, Telegram group as well. If you're not a member, you can contact the person that introduced you or invited you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
And
you.
one of the challenges I'm also having with this, with the app, is how to log in. Several times I try logging in, I always have difficulties. Even through via my emails, it keeps telling me it has not been verified or something. So I really don't understand.
Okay, that shows you were unable to verify your email address when you registered. And just to solve that, go to the app with list. The login page requests for a forget password because the system has some basic security measure in place, which is going to become advanced at the release of the application. So you request for forget password, you get a link sent to you. So the link that is being
Okay.
sent to you, click on it. You can change your password if you want to, which is a more preferable way. So when you go back to the app with list page to log in, you will be logged in successfully. I think I'm able to give you a clear answer to that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, sir.
Okay.
Let me try again. Can you hear me now, VF?
Yeah, it's clear. It's
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, next question go to Shalom Hungwe. Shalom Hungwe, please unmute yourself. We have a lot of questions tonight.
Hello, good evening, moderator.
Good evening, Shalom. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Very well, thank you.
Well,
This is a very interesting presentation. I was invited by a friend and just hearing of this program. And the way the presenter sounded it, it looks like something that will bring good fortune to the early birds. Thank you for the presentation. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. How do I get the app? Does it have an app? Like someone that wants to go into the pre-seed and pre-sale, how can one get it? Does it have an app? And if it has an app, is it in Google Play Store? Or how can one get it? Thank you. That's my question.
Thank you, Mr. VF.
Okay, thank you so much. I love that. If you have been with us from the beginning of the meeting, you already have an answer to that. Hello? Okay. If you have been with us from the beginning of the conference, you will already get an answer to that. At the current stage where we are now, we are at the app with list event. Let me see if I can share the screen to you. Yeah, let me see. Okay, I think we are good to go now. So you see this app with list event page. Let me sign out of this account. App.risticlab.com. That's the current stage on the roadmap. And the app with list event is the part of the system that has been so much designed for the distribution of the risk currency. Because when the apps get rolled out, the application is merely for mainnet migration of risk to the market, and at the same time for other integrated framework within the ecosystem. So once you get to the app with list event, you click on join with list, and those who invite you to the system, maybe your friend or your colleagues, so you get their inviters code, which is basically their username. So just like the way we are connecting everybody together, this is a blockchain platform. The ecosystem is being powered by blockchain. So you get that and you get registered on this particular page that we have here. So after that, you get to sign in into your dashboard. So this is the sign in. You get to sign in easily. So you log in from here, just the way you've asked your question. I'm trying to clarify that there's not yet application in the App Store, Play Store, or any other store. It's the app waitlist event. That's the stage where we are in the roadmap, and that is the stage that is powering the distribution, both the default distribution and the investor distribution. So once you get there, you see this section for private pre-seed balance, which you can click on buy. And just like the way we've explained, you click on participate directly. If you felt like you need to discuss with our team, you want to know more about the project, the long-term vision, you can initiate discussion, which will direct you to an email address, which you can send some pre-generated content. But if you have been convinced enough, which I believe you should have by this stage, you just click participate directly, and then you get to see the current equivalent, the stage where we are private pre-seed. You get your wallet. Every individual has their own wallet. You get it here, you copy it, and you deposit there. Follow the simple step that is here. Once you deposit, the calculator helps you to calculate some basic conversion rate. Let's say you are planning to get like 2,000 RIS, for example, with the current buying rate, which is going to give you need to deposit an equivalent of $400. So when you deposit an equivalent of $400, you'll be getting 2,000 RIS, which is, if you input $400 here, it will be giving you 2,000 RIS. That is just how simple the system is for every single individual. So once you deposit there, you click on the buy RIS. Currently, I think in the next 6 to 12 hours, the buy RIS, and at max 24 hours, the button will be active, because it was a manual approach that was there for in the last few hours. So our team is working to automate everything via the blockchain. So once you click on buy RIS, it's a seamless experience. I can promise you, in seconds, within 30 seconds or so, your account will be credited here, and the staking reward, like the countdown to the next staking reward, which is 2% of total amount of RIS you bought, we start counting there. So at every week you get 2%. So that is how to get access to the private pre-seed at this current stage. Thank you so much. I believe I've been able to do some basic justice to the question asked. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. VF. Shalom Ngwe, I hope that is a very clear, straightforward answer to your questions.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're rounding up the presentation tonight. I need anyone who still have any question before we become a member of the ecosystem. Please raise your hands up, unmute yourself, and ask the question while we are just starting. Raise your hands and ask your question while we're just starting. I cannot say more how excited I am. Over the next few days and few weeks, we will have more time to talk about individual experience and individual factors why this is a special project. Internet control, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
All right, so good evening. This is Ibukun. So what I really want to say is to appreciate Mr. VF for the good presentation. Very clear, very nice. It is edifying. It is so lifting, even in this period of hopeless situation in our country. So, and I want to encourage everyone to participate in all the aspects of RIS. So even the pre-seed, all areas, participate heavily, and every one of us, you are going to reap the reward. I believe that this project is a success already, and nothing else but success. So we are moving towards success. So I want to appreciate him once again for his doggedness, for his vision, for everything that he has been doing. And I know that we people that we are here, we are going globally, and in few periods, as God is helping us on this project, so we can remain the same at this level. So I want to appreciate the brain box, the brains behind it, the team members all over. So thank you, God bless you. So I can say 100% that I'm in full support of this, and I'm also going to put in my best in getting the best from this project. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Ibukun. Thank you. A lot of testimony is going to be coming over in the next set of Zoom anyway. We just decided that VF is going to come tonight and give us basic, highly communicable, highly formidable, reliable, and definitely trusting information about RF. My single question is, what is the difference between this token and other token that has come and gone? That has been answered. But over the next few Zoom, the details are going to be more scrutinized until everyone is convinced as an ambassador. Please, guys, check on the chat line. The WhatsApp group for primary leaders have been put there. You can join the WhatsApp group so that you can continuously engage with every member of the group worldwide that are part and parcel of the project. So that's the WhatsApp group on the chat line. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The second part I wanted to talk about is I would only give a final words tonight. Opportunity in life only comes but once. It is down to us to recognize it or basically to ignore it based on our past experiences. Over the next few days and few weeks, whatever you're thinking about being an ambassador of RIS token, you might still have all the opportunity to convince and ask a lot of questions and dig down and do your survey and your research. But I am convinced personally that we have a token here tonight that is trustworthy and absolutely powerful based on the roadmap and the framework behind it. This is not a token that we're going to buy for 20 cents tonight, and in a few weeks' time, in a few months' time, we will sell for $1 and we'll just dump it and move on. I am saying it now, it's on record. That is not the case. I am not here tonight to buy a token and sell for 5x and just move on to the next one. We day here, and this is where we day on RRS. If you're having a plan for pension, if you're having a plan for a project, if you're having a plan for a house or a car, this is the token. I have stories about Shiba, facts, and I can show. I have stories about other tokens that I have bought and sold so quickly. And I even have stories about token that has been bought at ICO, IPO, and it has gone busted within 3 days, within 3 weeks of them launching live. But there are reasons for those failures. This is why I want us to concentrate. Why is RIS going to pass? Why is it going to be there and make a financial dream for all of us? Those are the areas of concentration. You are free. It is an open source equation. It's an open source questions and answer. There is nothing on this project that is hidden. We have scam-free situation here. Let's go put that on the side. There is no threat about scam. You can see from the basic app that was shown tonight how straightforward and how empowering it is, even at the basic level. And over the next few days, few weeks, few months, the development project is also going to be unrivaled. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are no further questions, I am just going to pass it back to the Digital Innovative Operation to give us a final word, and we shall meet again on Wednesday. Thank you and good night. But if there is a question, raise your hands before it takes over. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. And we appreciate everybody for joining the section tonight. It's a wonderful one. And we can assure everybody this is just the beginning. We'll be taking a lot of things at the bull head. We're taking the bull at the on, and we'll be pushing ahead heavily in the next few months. We are still much more in the early stage. There might be a lot of perception, a lot of misconception, people trying to talk out of their own knowledge, but we can assure everybody in this section tonight, and those that will be listening to this pre-recorded version from the meeting also, that we are here for a mission, and we will deliberately build this to success, taking every single resources that it's needed to make this journey a success, thereby amassing a lot of wealth for every single individual that has the ability to accumulate, to amass a lot of risk at this very early stage. Note it well, I said we are in the very early stage because this is just the beginning. This is the first ecosystem conference, and we are so much sure after this conference, with the result that will be going out in the ecosystem, our follow-up meetings and conferences, we'll be having more participants. We'll be discussing at length a lot together. So trust us, this is digital innovative ecosystem, and we're on the journey to build a one-stop hub for digital advancement, making RIS the most adopted digital currency in the history of cryptocurrency. Thank you so much, and good night.
Night. Thank you, guys. You can unmute yourself and say good night, guys. You can unmute yourself and say good night all, and we'll meet again very soon. Good night, everyone.